it's weird when wives are like, where are you? What are you doing? And I'm like, he's going. Different people think that Kody's not being fair with his time, and he really actually is. They're just not tracking it because they're struggling.
Yes, Kody's actions are in fact, hurting the whole family. It's true.
We just do not understand how hard it is to be Robyn right now. If Christine would have just suffered in silence like a good sister wife, then Robyn could continue to live in her delusion that the Kody Brown version of polygamy was a success story. Also, a cranky Kody Brown is very hard to live with. So thanks, Christine, for schlepping him off on Robyn. Very inconsiderate. Let's talk about this. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Of course, I'm totally kidding. But the sad thing is, Robyn isn't. The complete upheaval of everything that Christine has ever known is really affecting Robyn's marriage to Kody. Really quick, I just wanted to clarify something from my last video. So Janelle says in episode 2 that the way she contracted COVID was that Garrison was exposed at work. He caught it at work and she caught it from him. I still have my conspiracy theories and we're going to talk about that tonight in our live stream. So in episode 2, we get a lot from Robyn and it's a lot of BS in my opinion. She is very adamant that Kody is always on the go. He is always spending time in other households and the other wives just aren't tracking it or they're not paying attention because they're bitter. I mean, it's actually all the other wives' fault that Robyn even had to hire a nanny because Kody is so busy splitting his time between all the households.
Kody is somebody who keeps himself very, very busy. Different people think that Kody's not being fair with his time, and he really actually is. They're just not tracking it because they're struggling. Kody and I have a lot going on during the day. That's why I have a nanny, so that I can have her help me instead of trying to ask Kody to, help with the kids. It's not really fair of me to ask him to help when he has so many responsibilities and has such a big family.
Robyn hires a nanny so Kody doesn't have to worry about anything like being a parent when he is at Robyn's house. Robyn has mentioned before how she goes out of her way to make it so that when Kody is at her house, it's like an escape for him. It's kind of like a vacation for him. He doesn't have to worry about anything. Everything's all taken care of. So Robyn's kids and Robyn can just sit back and stare in awe of all that is Kody. I did love how proof that Kody is always on the go is this manic montage of him running between houses when they lived in the cul-de-sac. He's a busy guy, y'all. And if he slows down fast enough to cruise through your house, you should consider yourself highly favored. So while Christine is trying to put an exit strategy in place, we have Robyn sitting here describing exactly how hard life has been for her and how hard it is to be the favorite wife.
This isn't a new complaint, that Kody favors me. I'm not getting some preferential treatment, even though that's what they think. Kody's been at my house a lot just by default because of the decisions that other wives are making. But this is not what I chose. Other relationships are stressing him out so much that it's not like it's really fun to have him around that much anyway. He's an angry man right now. He's really struggling. And what's going on with him and Christine? I've never seen him like this before. It's like it's including the kids, I don't think everybody's quite understanding what's going on here. I miss my husband because he's not himself. Every time I try to talk to him, I get the anger, thrown at me. And I have to say, hey, whoa, I'm not who you're mad at,
Christine is straight up ruining Robyn's marriage. Kody is super angry and bitter, and he brings that home to Robyn's house. And Robyn has to constantly remind Kody, like, hey, I'm the good wife. You're not mad at me. It's all these other ones that are making you mad. They're disloyal. They're not following the rules. And now it's not just the wives that are speaking up. It's the kids. And it's most of the kids. It's all of Janelle's kids and it's all of Christine's kids. They're speaking up and they're vocalizing their disagreement with their father's behavior. And it's literally coming down to this sort of us versus them scenario where it's Robyn, Kody, and Mary kinda versus like the rest of the family. Robyn and Kody are the only ones that are claiming that he is dividing his time anywhere sort of equally. I mean, not even Mary is claiming that she sees Kody all that much. She actually talks quite a bit about how lonely she is. Kody calls Garrison a narcissist in this episode, and something that actually really surprised me is he actually lumped in Madison with all the other defectors. I'm so curious to know if and what sort of strain there is between Kody and his highly favored daughter who married his favorite son-in-law, Caleb. I'm very interested to know what's going on there. It's obnoxious and dishonest for Kody and Robyn to sit there and claim that Kody is always on the go, that he works out of his car the majority of the time, and that Robyn is actually very supportive of Kody's other marriages. That's just not true, and we're not dumb. Kody himself has said that he has had no social life. He has not left his house. He has literally been spending all of his time at Robyn's house for the last year. When Kody left to go to Janelle's mother's funeral, Robyn made Kody swear a solemn vow that he would be back for Christmas for Saul and Ari. And Isabel, all Isabel got for her very risky spinal surgery was a sweatshirt. If Robyn wanted to support her sister wives' marriages, she wouldn't try to rewrite history. She would affirm their lived experiences. She would demand that Kody show up for all of his kids the way that she demands he shows up for Saul and Ari. It might not be fun to have Kody there all the time right now because he's always bitching about his other wives and his other kids, but don't deny the fact that he is there all the time. And you know, typically I would not be a fan of parents splitting up and one parent with custody moving far away. I usually am not a fan of that, but this is a little bit of a different circumstance. Kody has had 12 years to show up and be a parent, an active parent in Truly's life. He has had many years in Flagstaff to make an effort with Christine living mere minutes from him, and he has not put forth an effort. Christine says she has no support system. She feels on the outs in Flagstaff, and she wants to take Truly and envelop Truly in love and family. And for that, I mean, we can't be anything but supportive of that. There's nothing in Flagstaff for Christine and Truly, so yeah, go where the love is. I also have to believe that things are going to be coming to a head for Janelle and Kody, right? I mean, we got the F off last season. I just have to imagine that the shit is really gonna start to hit the fan soon. Kody has the most animosity towards Janelle's kids. Like I said, even the kids are noticing that it's turning into a Robyn and Kody with Mary and Robyn's kids versus the whole rest of the family. But Robyn's kids are prisoners, as Kody has stated, and I don't think that Leo is getting involved in any of this. So it's really like 8 or 9 versus like 14. And the kids, Janelle and Christine's kids, they're super vocal. The family is completely fractured at this point. The kids are starting to speak out. And I mean, just check out this TikTok that Peyton put out a couple days ago.
Any king that has to say, I am the king, is no true king. Any man of the house that has to say, I am the man of the house, is no true man of the house. Me and my siblings say that my mom is a strong, independent woman all the time. People tell me, Peyton, your mom Christine is a strong, independent woman all the time. My mom does not claim to be a strong, independent woman because she is a strong, independent woman.
It's quite telling. I just wanted to remind you guys that I will be live tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be reviewing, recapping, taking questions, just discussing this most recent episode, episode 2 of season 17 of Sister Wives. So I hope to see you guys there. It should be a lot of fun. Make sure you leave your thoughts about this video down in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.